Good morning, I'm Santa Santina Gata, and welcome to my podcast, Gavout Gallery, where we revisit the creation story, but this time get things right. Today we're going to focus on Psalms 3, and that is to a King David who wrote this psalm, was known to have gone through different psychological peaks and low points in his life. But he dealt with it in the correct way. And that's why his name is forever famous now. Throughout the existence of the human race, we hear about this man, king of Israel, called King David. His son was King Solomon, who succeeded him after he died. And he writes down his conversations. He was a musician, he played music, created music, and put words to his sentiments as he was connecting with God. So let's do Psalm 4. It's a song he writes to God to describe his feelings, his sentiments, and he wants his behavior corrected. He realizes that he's um, enduring, he's experiencing uncomfortable relational um, interactions, and the moods and how it makes him feel is difficult for him. He's trying to grapple with the fact that his relationships are not right. He was a king. He went into battle, uh, and he had to endure the sentiments, the feelings, the attitudes of not just one or two people, but thousands of people. Where communities, entire villages, cities are tantamount to our cities would look down upon him and ridicule him, and he had to absorb the hatred of many, many, many people. And so he speaks about his feelings about this. Um, he does go to God. He was taught to speak through his mind, allow his emotions, his words, his sentiments to be spoken through his mind, but directed to a person, God. The reality is that it is very important for human beings to be in connection with someone else in order to change. We barely give this thought, but the reality is that in this day and age, to make a correlation or an example, if you want to become a gymnast, a world class gymnast, and compete in the Olympics, this person doesn't do it alone. They're going to have many trainers, partners, trainers, coaches, and all kinds of mentors to get them to this prescribed goal. Today, we pay big bucks, lots of money for mentors. Whether it's a business mentor, you got to dish out thousands and thousands of dollars. There's a price for mentoring. There's a price to pay for other people's experiences and knowledge base so that you will learn from them and apply it to your own life, and so therefore you too will be successful. The saddest lie that humans are told today is that their own personal health, mental health, personal health, the status of their soul is shaky, sick, and imbalanced. But this is where most of our money should go. It should go to eating well. It should go to doing the things that make our soul thrive. What is a soul? It's that thing in us that when we die leaves the body lifeless. It's a thing inside of us that's alive and needs to be nourished. It needs to be fed. And this is what these podcasts do. Share them, read them every day, listen to them every day, share them with your friends and people you love, or even send it to someone who's not doing well, someone who is broken inside. Having said all this, relationship, you need to hear my voice in order so that these words sit in your soul and they cause you to contemplate through your mind and cause you to reflect, and want to do better. I'm not selling you anything. I'm not saying anything to you that will not improve your life. We want to deal with the good and the evil. The evil has a face, it has a force, just like good does. Good has a force and a face, but it's there to heal you, to promote your life, to help you to succeed. Demonic forces, evil forces don't want this from you. They don't want you to be wise. They don't want you to be healthy. They don't want you to be um, nice or thriving or want peace in your house or you to do well. The only objective of demonic forces, satanic forces, worshiping Satan, which is it's deadly. What they do is that they want to steal your soul because your soul has a value. Just like I am spending my time here trying to share with you that your soul is is a treasure. You are the treasure, but cleaned up, healthy, thriving, not a soul that is sick, um, debilitated, um, drunk, stoned, cursed, angry, bitter, frustrated. This is not a thriving soul. So, this is what the whole point of relationship through Christ, because Christ's calling card, his ministry, the Lord of this universe, is to heal people. And this is a training that takes time. That's why I encourage you to listen to these podcasts and to get all the knowledge and to get you started on your own personal journey with Christ so that it's between you and him. It's between you and him, this healing. And your healing could be affected miraculously, or your healing is going to take time through relationship. What do I mean by relationship? I mean reading the Bible, reading the Psalms. They say it's written that when you read the Psalms, you read Proverbs, you read the Holy Bible, it's like medicine to your soul. It heals you. How? It changes your thought form to a positive nature, to a hopeful nature. And we need hope today, more than ever, since the beginning of time. Because our hope has been thwarted with wrong ideas, wrong instruments, wrong influencers. And I want to demystify all that. So the whole purpose here is so that you are happier, you are healthier, so that you are thriving and making wise decisions. Life is all about making wise decisions, and this is the first wise decision. Listen to these podcasts. Listen to what I'm saying. Go to church. Why? As we mature as human beings, we realize it's not about the other person. Who cares what other people do? They can only hurt you to the extent of your weakness, because we're weak, mentally weak, spiritually weak. What people do around us does affect us, yes, but you have recourse. We have institutions that protect you to certain degrees, where you can administer justice by doing or saying what is right, similar to what I'm doing. So you want to get started. You want to be a solid foundation, and these podcasts will help you do that. Now, King David, but first I want to finish my thoughts on Jesus Christ the Lord. He died on the cross as an example. These are the technicalities of what he did, where he went into a place where all people will go when they die. But our soul, because it has a value beyond and above what we can understand as humans, that is what is the most important thing. That's why these podcasts, and I want you to be healthy. It's important that we be healthy mentally, physically, spiritually, and that we surround ourselves with people who pray with us. Praying is not a religion, it's um, a discipline to protect yourself, to protect your family. You're calling out to the spirit of the universe that keeps the stars from falling on our heads, who protects us. And you're saying that's absurd. No, it's not absurd, because this world we live in is run and held by a patterning, and we want to follow and be in conjunction with that patterning. People think, oh, the world is evil. It's not the world, it's the people doing wrong, thinking wrong, emitting evil into the world that bounces back onto us. And we want to divert all that with the protection and hand of God because we're good, because we do the right thing. And no, we're not perfect, but we're working toward perfection. We're working toward healing. The whole purpose of our lives on earth is to live well, happily, and in health. But we have to do our part in this. We want to seek a knowledge base that is healthy. So this is what the King David is doing as he's coming to God. He has a lot of problems, a lot of family problems, a lot of issues, more than what we might go through in a few lifetimes. And he starts out this way. He's asking for help from his enemies, and he's not shy about going to God. He says, answer me when I call you, God, God of my right. Answer me when I call to you. You gave me room when I was in distress. Be gracious to me and hear my prayer, God. He's saying, help me. How long, you people, shall my honor suffer shame? He's being bullied, he's being harassed, and he's complaining about it to God. How long will you love vain words and seek after lies? But know that the Lord has set apart the faithful for himself. He's saying, I'm a child of God. You can't do this to me. It's not going to affect me. Well, it was affecting him, but he's projecting what he should think because of his standing with relationship to God. When you are disturbed, do not sin. He's saying it right here. When you are disturbed, when you are hurting, when you are in anguish, when you are depressed, when you are suicidal, when you are disturbed, do not sin. Like don't make a false move. Don't make something worse. Just be patient, be calm. Pray to God for help first. Ponder it on your beds and be silent. Offer right sacrifices. God, I need help. I'm talking to you, God. I'm coming to you first. I'm not going to my friends. I'm not going to the phone. I'm not going to the into witchcraft. I'm not going to go to a fortune teller. I'm not going to anyone. I'm coming to you. I'm giving you an opportunity to help me. Please help me. And put your trust in God. There are many who say, oh, that we might see some good. Like, hey, man, like, when are we going to start to see some good things happen to us? Well, go to God. Let the light of your face shine on us, Lord. Lord, creator of the universe, who sees all things, knows everything, who orders everything correctly, and who orders our day of wealth, who orders everything. Go to him first and say, shine your face upon me, God. Doesn't matter where you're coming from, what you've done. That's irrelevant. Just be real. You have put gladness in my heart, more than when the grain and wine abound. When he's talking about, it's the end of the harvest, and you see that it's plentiful and it's a joy because you know that all that food that now it needs to be harvested is going to feed your family for a year. It's going to feed the community, and there's food. Everyone loves food. Everyone loves to eat, and so he's describing the notion of God helping us and being part of our life as a bounty of food, a bounty of provision. I will both lie down and sleep in peace. Many of us need a peaceful night's rest. For you alone, O Lord, make me lie down in safety. I'm Santa Santina Cata for Gavout Gallery. I'll see you in the next podcast.